Good evening, Caid, and welcome to Royal Thursday. This is also Caid Thursday. This is Caid in the time of crisis Thursday. And we are right even now reenacting exactly that sort of thing, which we never thought we would have to, because we portray the Middle Ages as they should have been. But life is life, and there is a sort of plague that is affecting our lives. But just as the medieval world overcame sickness and regime changes and invasions and great lights in the sky, so will we. We are people first, citizens of Caid next, men and women of good heart as well. So thank you tonight. Thank you for helping us to offer the continuity, which is the greatness of Caid, the heart, which is the strength of Caid. And we're glad to have you here. I will share a very, very short story and then introduce their Majesties, who will welcome you in tonight. His Majesty shared before we began that he's been so lonesome when a messenger bearing messages came to his house, Alexander almost wouldn't let him leave. So happy was he to see a real person. So I can often understand this kind of thing. And I know he will be so very delighted to see you and his queen, the beautiful Tahira, as well. Your Majesties.
Thank you so much. And welcome, Caid. It's good to have you here again. I'm so excited. We have Her Majesty back from the front lines. And Your Majesty?
I'm just glad to be back. Glad to be here today. I look forward to reading all the comments and hearing from people.
Just a reminder as we go on tonight, remember, ask questions now. Feel free to put them up. We do dig through them through the entire broadcast, and we can bring them up at the end. So if at any point during this conversation you find yourself that you have a question, feel free to throw it up, and our wonderful producer Laertes will jump on it and throw it up for us. So let's start with our current situation. For those of you who have not already heard, unfortunately, Pennsic War has now been canceled as well. Other than that particular announcement, all things are sort of status quo. Unfortunately, our events have been canceled, obviously, through April, May. Hopefully, something will come and it'll turn it around and we'll be back together soon. But as it stands right now, that is the position that we sit in. I do want to remind everyone, though, that this is not the flu, folks. It was important for me to get this message out to people. Recently, some people have sent a few letters to me discussing when things will be opening and such. And I want to make this very clear to all the citizens of Caid so that we do understand this, just pure fact and science. If we take New York as the example, all of last year, from the entire year of 2019, 4,600 people died from the flu. That's terrible and a high number. The first case of COVID-19 was found in March 1st of this year. And in that 2-month span, the number is now 14,000 deaths from COVID-19. This is not the flu. This is an entirely different thing, and we must stay safe. And thus, I come to you with this somber note to tell you, please stay safe. Do what you're told. Keep your social distancing. Make sure you wash your hands. And as soon as it is safe for this kingdom to be back in each other's arms, that's exactly where we will be, and we will put it out to all of you then. But until that time, remember to keep doing exactly what we've been told: hand washing, social distancing, and keep yourself safe. So when will this end? Well, we just don't know. But as a kingdom, we are going to continue to strive to move forward. We're going to have great things online, such as the Zoom parties, the get-togethers, the meetings that we're going to have. All these things are to keep going. As a kingdom, we will unite under this. We will become stronger for this. We will find different ways to be with our family. And I want to make sure that all of us understand this great kingdom, although set back by this disease, will not be squished by it. We will stand up, we will rise up, and we will be better for it in the end. I would like to move on. A quick note for people who are watching this. First quarter reports are due for you financial people. They are due by April 30th. I thought that would be a fun bit of information for all of us. Moving on from that, I will now throw it over to Her Majesty, who will talk to us about the Baton Artisan Competition.
On a happier note, So the Baton Artisan Competition, if you haven't heard about it yet, is our online arts and sciences competition that we're having here in Caid. It's going to be April 25th. That's when it will be open on the website for viewing. You can vote Sunday to Monday. It closes at Monday at 8. They're going to put the top 5 competitors on, and everyone will be able to vote for their favorite. You're allowed to vote one time. And you need to vote by Monday at 8 p.m. And we will announce the winners that Thursday on our lovely little show here. According to Adelheid, we had a really awesome number of 30 entries. So please take some time, go look at the wonderful pieces that our artisans made, and vote for your favorite.
Speaking of online things, a magnificent event is coming up, and we are going to now throw it over to Sir Tiberius so that he can bring us this new event.
Majesties, I'm excited to be on the show tonight. So we've been working really hard behind the scenes with a lot of great people here in Cabafia and in Caid, and we're going to be doing a virtual Portrero War. This war is going to be on May 23rd and May 24th. It's going to be a 2-day event. We're going to have all kinds of cool things with this. So we're going to have very soon, the website's going to be updated in the next week or so, which will have a submission form for events, for activities, for other shenanigans and all kinds of cool things like that. We're also going to have a submission form for an online camp so that you can make sure that your camp is all lined up. Through the website there, we'll have a place for people to find all the different campsites for the different Zoom hangouts and Facebook groups. Along with that, we're going to be doing a virtual court. So we'll be having court on the Sunday for that too. And then we're looking forward to kind of gathering. If you have an idea that you think would be great for war, you want to do a cool competition, you have a fun idea for a video challenge, you would like to sing some songs, you want to gather and play some drums, you want to host a Zoom hangout. All these things are great, and we would love to see more of these things come together to celebrate Portrero War like we know and love. Of course, it won't be what it normally is, but with everybody gathering online and playing all these new different games, whether it's virtual hangouts, photo challenges, all these things, we have a lot of cool people that are already working behind the scenes to make all these things happen so we can have a good framework. So if you have ideas that you would like to see or be a part of it, we're looking forward to having you be a part of this free event and join us to celebrate the SCA. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A wonderful work that he is doing. That good knight is truly working behind the scenes like a madman. We could not do all the things we're doing in this kingdom without him. Thank you so much, Sir Tiberius. On that note, please make sure you're going to the kingdom page. We are now putting many things on that page. So as Sir Tiberius just spoke, we will be having our next online court in May on the 24th, I believe it is, on that Sunday for the Portrero War. So that will be our next online court. We hope you will all make it to that. Again, if you need to familiarize yourself with Zoom for that particular event, as these are the constraints that we've been told we must perform in. Also, online, like I said, please continue going to our Kingdom group page of Caid so that you can see the other things that we are doing online. Also, the Caid Arts and Science Facebook group has many things being put up right now, classes, things for you to learn, things for you to look at. It's a fantastic page and a great item for resources, so please go there. For those of you that are on the fighting side of it, don't have enough stick time or would like to get some information, the Sir Artos has the Tournament of the Virtues group also on Facebook, where you can see the challenges that he's putting up, the tournament itself, so that when we were able to get back together and hit each other, that you can go and attend, and some amazing other work that we highly recommend you all go and have a look at. Also on that same note, the Caid Dance Challenge video, I've had many questions about that, so I'd like to address some of those now. For those of you that did not hear, we were inadvertently challenged by the Kingdom of the East, I believe it was. I'm sorry, Mid-Realm, pardon me, by the Kingdom of Mid-Realm, when they threw up a dance video, sort of slapping us in the proverbial face. And we wanted to respond to that immediately. So we did. We have all the clips hopefully have been out now, and we have the wonderful Al Romero, who's doing a wonderful job for us. Thank you so much, Al, for all you're doing. And he's going to try to have that ready to go by this Sunday. For those of you who had asked, the song was I'm Still Standing by Elton John. And for those of you who have asked why we chose that song, immediately after the video being posted up, several of the kingdoms contacted each other, and many of them had chosen songs. So unfortunately, many of the songs that we were hoping to use, we were unable to do so. So we took all the requests that we had and all the suggestions that we had, and we took the songs that had the highest suggestions that weren't already going to be used by other kingdoms. So that is how we made our choice. As far as the dance video itself goes, we only had a few days to put it up, so we did, and that we took all the people who were on there. I can't tell you how many people wrote in or sent IMs to me, but I sent invitations to all of them. If I miss you, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. We tried to get it out to as many people as possible, and all those clips have now been sent in. As I said, we hope to have it by this upcoming weekend. But remember, these are volunteers working on that, so let's just hope we get there on time. On that same note of the music video, we do plan to have a couple more things. Again, stay on the Kingdom group page. We're looking for not a glow up. Oh, shoot, I forgot the term. A brush challenge. For those of you who haven't seen the brush challenge is where somebody in normal clothes puts a brush toward the camera and then changes into some other thing. Another kingdom has done that, but we're hoping to put a Caid spin on it. We would like to use some period music this time and some period clothing so that we can get some of our fantastic artisan and garb makers out there in front of the camera. Hopefully, we can do that as soon as possible. So please stay on the Kingdom page. That's where that will be put out. We're also hoping to have a funny one to be done. Again, that'll also be put out on the Kingdom page. And on that note, finally, for those of you who wrote complaint letters, I've heard you, and I'm sorry. As your king, I did the best I could with the information that I had to get this video out to respond to a challenge that was thrown to us. And I'm sorry that some of you were unhappy with the choices that we've made, but you were heard. And I'm thankful that you were willing to write me. But I would like to say, we have a person who is putting this video together who's going to put hours of work into it, and he's not getting paid for that. Our wonderful Laertes, who has put on so many of these things now, live at Caid, helped us with our online court, all the Crown Thursdays. He's also not getting paid, and yet he's giving us hours and hours of his time to put these things together. This is a kingdom of volunteers, folks. So remember that, please. None of us are trying to do anything malicious. We are all trying to work to make this a better place for everybody. So I will tell you that you were heard, and I appreciate your words. I apologize for not getting to make all of you happy, but I'm doing the best we can to make as many of you happy as possible. So remember, this group of volunteers is doing everything it can, and I want to thank everybody who is volunteering for all the hard work that you are putting into it. So again, a reminder, Live at Caid is on Mondays, so please make sure you're checking that out. 7 p.m., I believe, is the time. Then there is this particular Monday, we have the Great Western War Stewards will be on Live at Caid, who are going to hopefully answer some questions for us regarding Great Western War this year. We also have the Royal Thursdays on Thursdays. And don't forget, the next online court will be May 24th, I believe, also at the SCA Virtual Portrayal War. So at this point, that's all the information that we have to put out. Do we have any questions today?
We have a few. Many of them have been answered in chat. One comment that did come up is that Her Grace, Bridget, reminded people, and we appreciate that, to sign their chats. We have some idea who it was. At which point, one of yours, Your Majesties, said that they did not sign their posts so that some horsemen could remain anonymous.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. But that's all right. We love them. All right, let me see. There were several questions about virtual portrayal, and we believe that all the information then from now on will be on the portrayal website, so they can go there in order to find out anything that they will want to. There's also Live from Caid every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. on the Kingdom Facebook group in the video section. And talking again about another brush video, and you already said this, Your Majesty, that there will be one very likely with period music with some of our best garb, and another one that perhaps is a little on the sillier side, and I think we will love both of them. That is the only questions that I saw that were not already answered. Oh, someone said it was Justice. He's the one who doesn't want you to know.
Now I know.
Now you know. I don't know who outed him. He didn't sign that either.
I can see that one on the screen there, Liartes, that you've thrown up. Yes, it is true. I do have a birthday coming up. Is it going to be a big one? Oh, absolutely. Not virtually. I'll wait until we can be back together and be in the arms of our friends so that I can celebrate it appropriately, because I don't plan on remembering it.
Oh, the last thing I will add, if I might, from the chat, is that there are several people who want to be certain that our volunteers, that they're referring to as our essential volunteers, are thanked. And I would like to lead the way in doing so. To your Majesties, to Sir Tiberius, just so very many working in front of the thrones and behind them, that the kingdom will still go on, even in the midst of what we are in now. So thanks to the essential volunteers.
Absolutely. Our thanks definitely goes out to all those volunteers. I once again wish to thank Larissa and Kalida. They are constantly checking in on Her Majesty and I to make sure that we're okay during this difficult time. Thank you so much for the care that you show us. Again, Sir Tiberius, who has been working tirelessly behind the scenes in keeping this kingdom running. He and Sir Aronric are doing a fantastic job. I truly wish you could see all the work they're doing for us, because it is nothing short of monumental. So a thank you goes out to them, of course, and to everybody else, to Nico for all the clouds he's named. I haven't seen a cloud in like 5 days now. It's been spectacular. Thank you, Nico, for the cloud naming. The goat herder, thank you for herding those goats. Again, haven't seen one of those in, man, like 2 months. So good job. Keep going. And all the other people in this kingdom who are working hard, all of our B&Bs and all the other volunteers, and for everybody that's doing their part, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Another question is, well, may I? I'm sorry. There have been 2 questions, or perhaps more, people asking if there will be a celebration at the end of the plague. No one quite knows when it will be, but they are wondering if that would be possible.
I am confident there will be many. I think that question almost answers itself. Yes, I'm confident there will be many. If you are asking if I specifically,
I think it was a kingdom-wide idea where we come together and celebrate.
Celebrating, I'm pretty confident we'll put something together. I would imagine the first event in which we are all able to get back together will be a knockdown, drag-out event.
I'm sure that's true. Also, Your Majesty, Tahira, I should point out to you that approximately half of the 100 comments are commenting you on your beautiful hair. I'm not exaggerating. It really is quite lovely. Of course. We're also getting a number of people down here, great volunteers who should not be forgotten. And I swear to you, if I attempted to say every volunteer that keeps this kingdom going would be here until next Friday. But I do have to do a medieval shout out to Mistress Meliora for her social media work. Also extremely important during this time.
Yeah, we do have a team of people for everybody that wonders. There's a team of us that get together weekly to discuss all the things that are going on in the kingdom. It is truly our intent to try to get as many brains as possible on every problem that comes up, in the hopes that we can answer them in the best way possible. And some of the names you've heard tonight are definitely part of that brain trust.
Absolutely. Someone wants to know about your llamas. Does anyone have llamas?
No, we have no llamas, nor do we need any llamas. We don't want any llamas. There should be, stop it. We should be no llamas.
All right, very good. Goats, I know, are a big thing, but I wasn't sure about the llamas, but someone does want to know. Oh, and here's a toast to Her Majesty for all your hard work from Hadassah Sarai Bastios.
Thank you.
Of course.
Very kind.
And here's an announcement. Duchess Bridget's evening toast Zoom gathering tonight, immediately after our Caid and Majesty's Royal Thursday. Please stand by in the waiting room till I let you in. That will be on the chat window. I'm assuming that is from Her Grace. Duchess Bridget, you should be able to see it.
She has a very wonderful laid-back Zoom post. If you haven't been, you should go. I have been many times. It's quite fun.
Very good. Well, llamas are just fun. They spit at you, I understand, but otherwise I like them very much.
Terrible creatures. Yes, terrible creatures. I would like to thank everybody again for showing up tonight. We very much appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be able to have been able to give you some information that was useful to you. Tune in again next Thursday, where we will try to bring you all the information that we have been given and keep you as up to date as possible. Thank you all. Long live Caid.
Long live Caid. Raise your cups and beer bottles, as Sir Tiberius has, in your hands. Hail to Caid, to its king and queen, to its volunteers, barons and baronesses, peers, the populace that concludes us all. To Caid.
To Caid.